All right, so I am using my 1.5 inch Paul Mitchell Express Ion Smooth Plus. This is my favorite smoothing iron I have ever owned. It gets a little warm on the outside to help with the wave. And now I'm gonna start by sectioning out my first layer. So I usually will section my hair into 3 layers when I'm doing my waves. Just helps keep it organized. I'm gonna clip the top out of the way. And I'll usually take by each section maybe 2 to 3 curls per side. So my first section, I'm gonna comb it out, hold it straight out pretty taut, go in with your smoothing iron opening facing up, go as close to the root as you feel comfortable. You're gonna close, give it 1 bend, and just pull it straight out. Slowly and keeping your tension. And then you do twirl it around your finger, smooth out the ends, and that's my first curl. So I'm going to take the next section. This one's only going to be, because it's just in my nape area, a little bit smaller, so I'm going to do 2 curls per side. I do always curl away from the face, close, bend, and then slowly go through the ends. Then twirl, and then I like to polish the ends down. I think it looks cute because it's just more textured. So I always bend it away from the face. Now I'm going to go on the other side and flat iron facing up, close, 1 bend, turn away, and then slow through the ends. Twist it away from your face, that'll help set the curl, and then polish through smooth. This is one of the fastest ways I feel like there is to actually curl your hair, so this is why I choose to do it, and it actually holds really, really well also. Twirl, and then smooth. And then at this point, I actually do kind of comb through them. And that just helps keep them a little bit more loose, a little less structured. I don't feel like a lot of people are wanting super duper curly hair right now, so it's just a nice little bit of wave. So the next section, I'm gonna go about 2 inches. I'm gonna take it up to my temple, scoop that around. Pin the top section out of the way. Now usually I use hot off the press as my heat protectant spray. I just forgot to stock up on it before the salon closed, so I did use Worked Up and prep my hair with it beforehand. But usually I'll spray each section as I go. So I'm going to scoop up. So I'm going to take kind of from the top of the ear to the hairline, and this is going to be my first section. Bring it straight out. Flat iron opening facing the ceiling. Close, bend away from the face. And I do help hold the end just to help feed it through so it doesn't fall through the top, which is one thing a lot of my guests had some struggles with. And then twirl, smooth. You can add a little bit. If you don't want it too smooth at the ends, you can go all the way down. My next section. So you can see I'm using pretty decent sized sections for how long my hair is. Again, I have pretty fine hair, but I have a ton of it. And that steam you're seeing, that's just my Worked Up spray. Twirl away, polish the ends. Casey, my hair is going to be so long by the time we get back to work, I'm going to need such a haircut. Now go to the other side, take from the top of the ear. This is going to be your first section. And flat iron up, turn away from the face. This technique kind of just reminds me of when you curl ribbon with scissors. That's kind of how I always describe it to my clients, because most of us have done that at some point in our lives, and it just registers a little bit more. There are definitely some other ways that work really well for using a smoothing iron and curling your hair, but this seems to be the easiest. Then usually I'll wear it for 3 to 4 days. I'll touch up a few curls on top, but it does hold really well because you're getting even heat the whole way through. And the way that you twirl will always just be the direction that you're turning. So I always turn away from the face, so I'll always take my finger and twirl it away from my face. Shake through. And my last section, so I do a pretty heavy off-center part. So this one I'm going to take from my widow's peak and actually have 4 layers on this side. My part moves around, but it always is on this side, thanks to my widow's peak and my calyx. So, still big sections. I'm even taking, that's a solid 2 inches. You can work through really, really quickly with this technique. That's why I love it so much. And honestly, this is the first way I ever learned how to curl my hair. Having really straight, fine hair naturally. Most people say, oh, it won't hold a curl, like I can't style it. It'll never hold, but that's what I was for years and years, and this is the only way that really, really worked. But now I know other ways too. I'll share later on in this month that I'm not at work. I'll twirl it. On some of these really long pieces, I'll twirl it, and then you kind of see where, you can see where the curl's gonna go. I'll pick it back up right there, and then still bend away from the face. And then still just smooth through the ends. So I'll twirl, see how it wants to bend right there. I'll pick it back up and then finish off that curl. Smooth the ends. And now I'm going to finish off on this side. So this is my last layer on this side. I always do keep just a brush handy to keep my sections smooth. It does help the smoothing iron just glide a little bit easier. And the twirl. So you see, this needs just a little bit more. So I'll pick it back up, twirl through the ends, and then smooth. I feel super uncomfortable on camera, so I apologize if this is uncomfortable. I don't usually do anything live, but I have got a lot of time on my hands, so. All right, now I'm gonna finish with my last section on top. And this is only gonna be 2 curls, so I'll set that one aside. I really love when any sort of wave really hits right at your cheekbone. So I pull this one down a little bit more and then start my bend. Still going away from the face. And then I'm gonna pick up right here. And polish the ends. So that was pretty quick. I mean, honestly, less than 10 minutes for sure. Then I'm going to shake through with my fingers, or you can brush through. And you can finish with a texturizing spray. You could finish with a texturizing powder. If your ends are still a little frizzy, you could finish off with a little bit more of that dry oil mist, because it doesn't ever look greasy or weigh the hair down. I'm gonna shake through. But this is my go-to for literally every day at work. And then I just play different styles along with it. So let me know if you guys have any questions.